Okay, we're back. We got it figured out. Now, putting this canopy right here onto this Megatron, right here, it may be kind of hard to see. You literally have to flex these parts into that little stabilizer right there. And from what I've seen, the way I had to flex it, you got to be careful, because I think, in my mind, if you don't do it right, it will break.
Yes.
That's my opinion. They do have little grooves in there that'll help guide you in there to put this on. But from what I've just seen, if you're not careful, these pins in here trying to connect it into this sleeve could break if you're not careful and you don't line it up right to get it in there. So that's what I noticed just now. Just want to make y'all aware of it. I don't know if this is actually snapped on anybody, but that's what we just witnessed, just trying to put this on. So be careful putting this part onto Megatron. That right there will be a critical factor. And if you flex it too much, from what I've seen, it could snap if you're not careful. To guide it up in the holes, they do have little parts that are indented, so this way it'll help you line up and groove to put the pins in. So anyway, because it's just plastic on plastic, so you had to be careful. Alright, anyway.
Okay. And we're almost done.
Yep, Megatron says he's almost done too. I think he's more, yeah, he looks more back heavy. But I think that's the best that you could do.
I'm trying to see if he has any ankle pivot, and
He don't.
he does not.
No, it's hollow. So you definitely have to get them balanced just right.
And let's put on his iconic fusion cannon. And put this on, which is the shield part. And this goes, yes. This goes like this onto this hole here.
Right.
And the fusion cannon goes in the same hole, like I showed y'all.
Right. So.
And here we have Megatron all put together.
Right.
And trying to think of how I feel about it.
It's different. It's different.
Yes.
That's all I can say. It's very one of a kind that's never been done before. That's what makes it so different.
I mean, from the front, he looks cool. From the front, he does look cool. But when you look at him from other angles, he kind of has a lot of kibble on him. Like when you look at him from the sides, and even the back here, he just has a lot
He has a lot of back kibble.
of kibble.
He's got a lot of back kibble. He's kind of back heavy too. It looks like he's back heavy as a problem. Yes. Standing, unless you arch him and get a good balance, he will probably fall down.
Yes.
He will probably fall down. So you have to get a wide stance probably.
Because he does not have any ankle pivots. I mean, he looks cool, but he has a lot of kibble on him.
Well, I mean, he transforms into a tank. So I don't, you know.
And he will stand up, but you need to get him balanced right, because if not, he will start to fall over, because he just has so much kibble on him.
Yes. Got a lot of kibble. But as far as a Megatron, he does look good. I like the face.
Yes.
I like the face. But
And he does have, well, yeah, well, actually, yeah, he has like a lot of hollow parts in him. Well, is it kind of a lot?
yeah, well, I mean, you know. They had to make room because there's only so much they could do because one part has to fit into another. So therefore, you're talking about a transformer that transforms into a tank, his tank. So the parts have to go somewhere. So.
Okay, and let's get a closer look at the face sculpt. And that does look like G1 Megatron.
Oh, Buckethead. He's got red eyes. I do like that. He's got red eyes.
Right there.
He does have his Decepticon. To me, I think the Decepticon symbol should have been bigger. But that's just my opinion.
And going down, he does have some blue and some red here. And going down to his legs here. And even his arms here. And on the sides, he does have two hip skirt missile pods here. So all around, he looks cool only from the front, because from the sides and to the back is where it kind of falls apart, because he just has so much kibble on him, and he doesn't really stand up very well. Yeah, because of this here. This part jutting out from the back and him not standing up really well. And plus, he doesn't have any ankle pivot, which you'd expect him to have, like from the Studio Series figures that I reviewed, some with my dad and some not. But this figure does not have any ankle pivot, which I wish he had.
Let me see if I can get this is what she would look like next. Oh, let me make sure I can get her to stand. Yeah. That's what G.I. Joe would look like next to a Transformer. And there's the Baroness. Next to Megatron. So you can see the size difference. Which I think that is a pretty good replica scale. That looks about right. That don't look bad.
Yes.
So anyway.
So for our articulation, these guns do move up and down, but the head can move up and down, and it can, yes, rotate all the way around, and it is, from what I can tell here, on a ball joint. Yes. Arms can rotate all the way around, move. Well, these shoulder pads can move up and down, so these arms can move in and out. And another problem I have with it is these things, these black things on his arms don't tap in really well. I mean, there is a slot, and where's that hole? Well, from this hole here to this tab, but it doesn't tap in really well. But his arms do move in and out. They do have a bicep swivel and elbow joint. And does he have a waist swivel?
I don't think so. No, something like this. You can see. I don't think so. No.
No.
No wrist. No wrist. No waist swivel.
But these hip skirt missile pods do move in and out, and they do rotate. So the legs can move forward and back on a soft ratchet, move in and out, thigh swivel, knee.
Wow.
And that's it. So, articulation for this figure is, it's there, but I don't think you're not going to get a lot of playability because of all this kibble on him, and him being way too top heavy and back heavy. Because when you try to get him into a pose, he'll start to fall over because he has no ankle pivot. And as for accessories, well, he just has his iconic fusion cannon and his shield here.
Shield.
And as y'all saw, a Baroness here. I'm looking at the instructions real quick. Yeah, okay. can only fit in here when Megatron is in robot mode.
Right.
So, overall, the robot mode is good. Just, but you couldn't get him in a lot of poses. I mean, you can try, but if you try to stand him up into a pose, he's gonna fall over because he's way too back heavy and he has a lot of kibble on him. A lot of kibble, right?
Yeah, well, like I said, we're going to see when we get to our final thoughts just how good the articulation is when we put him on the little turntable. We are going to start transforming him into the H.I.S.S tank. So we have no idea what we're doing. So he's looking at the instructions, and we're just going to have to figure this out as we go.
Okay, so now to transform him, first, what you want to do is remove his weapons out, and if you want to, you can have him hold them. Yes, hold them in his hands if you want to. The fusion cannon and the shield here. So we're going to remove these and set them off to the side. Now we're going to come to his shoulders here and flip these out.
Oh, and there was no sticker sheet, so evidently all the stickers are already applied. So you do not have to apply the stickers.
Right. And coming around here,
those look like they should go down. I bet you they do. For the seat. Yeah. Those should just... There you go.
yeah. These do go down, but they are, from what I saw,
they're on the floor.
Supposed to go here.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Because that's the floor. There we go.
Okay. These do go all the way down, but you do need to bring these out a little. Okay.
So that fulfills in the floor of the bottom of the H.I.S. tank. Okay.
Okay. So now that we got these done, we're now gonna focus on this part here. And this back part does, yes, it does tap in to the back from these two tabs to some holes that Okay.
It just stoops in.
Yes. So that this back part does tap into these things here to help lock these in place. Okay. But now we're gonna untap them and bring these up. And then untap the chest here. So that we can bring these arms down. And then bring up the waist, chest. And then we're gonna take these and bring these up. And we're gonna flip in the feet.
Okay.
Now we're gonna okay. Now we're gonna take this entire upper body, untap it, and flip it up so it looks like this here.
And now you have a total disproportionate Megatron that's just flayed out everywhere.
Now we're gonna flip this upside down because we're gonna take his legs and
Should roll them in on themselves. Let's see. Yes.
bring these around.
All right.
So I think it looks like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. And
Okay. Yes. Yeah. I bet. Yes. That it's supposed to collapse in on itself.
yeah.
Okay. Now, will this section pivot and swing over on itself?
Well, these treads
I'm
are.
talking about this.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna have to cut the camera here because
We're coming right back to you.